From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord who has made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth thy word shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Oh dear no. Wow.
Unto thee do I lift up my eyes. You delivered my soul in my distress. You heard my cry. Show me I know not the way. Hey, please show me I know not the way. Hey, I'm about my blessings in life. No, I won't be ungrateful no time. Don't have everything in life I want, but my sun still shines. My sun still shines.
Kumbaya, kumbaya, my soul's on fire. Kumbaya, kumbaya, burning desire.
Kumbaya, kumbaya.
And it is 12:30 in the eye. From TikTok to Instagram to Twitter, this internet sensation is everywhere. She is hilarious and patriotic. Juliet BODLEY, more popularly known as Julie Mango, is a social media influencer, actor, mental health advocate, speaker, singer, and songwriter. She brings joy to Jamaicans' yard and abroad with her comedic reenactments of the island's culture. Today, we are honored to journey with Julie Mango BODLEY. What do I say? Is it Juliet today or Julie Mango? Who is here today? Welcome and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to take us on your awesome journey.
Thanks, Kishima. Thanks for having me. Well, it's Juliet Mango today. It's a mixture.
All right. I like that. I absolutely like that mix. And is Julie Mango your favorite mango? Is that
It was when I was a little girl, but no, I don't really eat mangoes as often. I eat more berries because doctor said diabetes and such delights.
All right, now let us kick off with your foundation. I read that during your early years you were between Clarendon and Manchester. What was it like growing up in both parishes?
I grew up in Clarendon from 0 to about 11. That's when my parents were married, and that's like the richest part of my childhood growing up. And then I moved to Mandeville from the age of 11 to 18. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm from Clarendon and Manchester. So Clarendon was the country life, and Manchester was country uptownish life.
Okay, all right, I understand that. How would you describe your parents and what were some of the values that they passed on to you?
My parents were predominantly Christian. That's the first thing. If I had one word to say, they were Christian. Everything is like if I call mommy and I say, Mom, I have this issue and stuff like that. She said, take it to the Father because Father see and know. And if anybody trouble me, she said, what's their name? I'm going to take them to the Father. Because the Father said no. So mommy was a Christian and mommy is a Christian and daddy is a Christian as well. My dad, I would say I got my comedic, trait from daddy because he's just naturally funny. I would go and call him and he would just crack some joke. And he got it from grandma as well. Like all of my dad's brothers and two sisters, they are just naturally funny. And my sister is hilarious as well. So the comedic value what I've gotten from daddy, the discipline to get up and work each day, no matter what you have to do, to get up and to just not be lazy, not to expect hand-me-downs from people. I kind of got that from daddy, the whole work ethic and thing. From mommy, the way that I, carry myself in terms of in terms of how I dress, I don't expose a lot. When we can't expose much, because my belly not flat, but even if it did flat, I wouldn't expose. I wouldn't expose a lot, So I got that from her, and also from both of them, I got my Christian values. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And you mentioned earlier that you move with your mom to Manchester. Where was your dad during that time? And if there was a separation, what effect did that have on you?
Daddy was holding it down in Clarendon the whole time, man. Right down there. He wasn't moving nowhere. That's where he stayed. And until that day. And my mom, well, we moved to Mandeville. What was it like? So they got divorced. And like any divorce, like any child of a divorce, it the divorce itself, the technicality of the divorce itself does not affect the child. It's really how the parents handle the divorce that really affects the child. Because, so for example, if the child is in another home and the child says to mommy, say, Mom, I want to see daddy later on, or I want to see daddy this weekend. If the child is allowed to see daddy this weekend, then there isn't like an issue, you understand? But it's how the parents deal with it. If there's animosity and if there is spiting and if there is, well, I'm keeping the child to get you upset, it actually doesn't hurt the other parent. It just hurts the child,
The
you know?
child. And was that something that you experienced during that, that period of your life, your young life at 11?
Yeah, inevitably, yeah, man, 100%. I mean, it's the regular Jamaican family that's going through it, going through the struggle, and not really knowing any better. So yeah, definitely.
No, let's go. Let's take us to your classroom. I mean, we see Julie Mango on social media platforms, but what type of student were you? How would you describe yourself there?
Let's just say the people who know me from high school, which make up about 25% of the comment section, they are just out there. The people that know me from high school are not surprised. As in, they are just not surprised when they're like, oh my gosh, Julie is so funny. Julie's like, they're like, yeah, okay, been there. So as a student, I wasn't necessarily a troublemaker, but I was always like a joke giver. So you had persons who were mischievous in class, but my mom would reach to the school too fast. So I don't want to give no trouble for mommy because mommy will, oh, mommy, first of all, it's almost as if mommy attended school with me, the amount of times she was there. I was telling my sister yesterday that mommy used to come with me to the school barbecue. So anyways, coming back. So I wasn't really a troublesome student, but I gave a lot of jokes and I just clown around. Yeah.
So when exactly did you develop an interest in acting and storytelling? I know you said that you got most of that from your dad, but when did you personally develop that?
I would say from I was maybe 10 years old. But when did I start to have a platform on which I could exhibit it was when I was 11 years old, when I joined II, the drama group at Manchester High School. And I don't want you to think that is a school drama group. It's a real full product, is Ashe level, right? Little theater level, pantomime level. Because we used to put on concerts and people pay them good, nice, clean money to come and see us, do the Christmas play, the Virgin Mary, do Paul Bogle, do Sam Sharp, and do other plays. So you see, it would have been at age 11 that I really started to realize that this is something that I love and it just exudes from me naturally.
No, despite your love for the arts, at age 19, you obtained a private pilot's license. And did you have a desire then for flying planes? And just take us back to that period of your life and how that come about.
No, me love I me did I. True, let me tell you what happened.
Yes, sir.
Country girl can fly a plane. Come on now. In the 90s. Yeah, girl. Wait, it wasn't the 90s, 2000s. But let me explain. I was a part of the Jamaica Combined Cadet Force. And what they had at the time was a flight scholarship. So when you reach the age of 18, 19, thereabout, I was in upper six. And I was still a cadet. I was a warrant officer, class 2. And I got through for the scholarship to do flying. And then when the whole school here say the number one cadet I learned to fly plane and this and that, and my picture was in the paper and country girl and mommy she proud and daddy proud. Hey. Then I say, all right, let's get it. Okay. So I took the flying lessons. It was a scholarship that's still available to cadets now today. Guys,
Nice.
if your kid is not a part of the JCCF, they need to join. All right, that's my thing. And so I did the lessons, I did the flight lessons, and then I obtained the pilot's license. I did my solo, I did the practical, everything, and then I got my license. And I only flew one time after that, and that's it.
No interest to embark on that journey?
No, me love.
No, you are, like just going through the many things that you did. Like, you also ended up studying structural engineering at the University of Technology. Take us back to that and what led you to that specific field.
All right, so I actually did love engineering, right? So there's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
What led me to that field now is when it was time when I graduated from sixth form, and it was time for me to decide what I'm going to do with my life. You know, that big time. Mommy was saying that I must just relax. Daddy said, hell no. And
Mm-hmm.
he went to UTech and got the pamphlet and gave it to me, and I closed my eyes. He opened the engineering section. I closed my eyes and put my finger to the top of the page and pull it down, and it landed on structural engineering, and that's how I ended up there.
Oh, wow. But after leaving UTech, you worked in the engineering profession and you later did your master's in engineering management. With the academic accolades, you have your certificate, you can fly the planes, everything that you have attained. Did you feel accomplished?
No, not at all. No, no, no. Mm-mm. I mean,
Why?
I felt accomplished in the fact that I was marketable as a number. So
Mm. if someone
someone
Oh,
saw my stuff,
Father.
what desire? Is that time?
I apologize. No, I apologize for that. Continue. So you're saying
No.
that you were marketable
Yeah,
anyways.
and
So
so if you looked at me not as the person but on paper, then yes, I'm very accomplished, and I was able to get a job. When I moved to the US, I was able to get a job, so wherever I go, my qualifications will always, afford me employment. But as a person, I did not feel accomplished because I was struggling with mental health issues at the time, and there were just so many things. And when people would tell me, "But you have so much going for you," I'd be like, "What am I
mm-hmm,
face and stop sitting in stomach."
mm-hmm. Oh wow. So even we're gonna get to that, like with what you struggled with, but let's talk about your 20s. You joined the Jamaica Defense Force. How did that happen and what was that experience like, and did you feel the same way, like, transitioning into something else?
I mean, I wasn't necessarily into something else because I did engineering whilst I was there, and then I was a cadet
Mm-hmm.
before, so I was kind of used to the whole military, paramilitary behavior and discipline and stuff like
Okay.
that. Um, I wasn't ready to be a part of an organization such as the Jamaica Defense Force. It's a great organization. It's a great organization for somebody who is mentally stable. But let me tell you something. It will. I think Michelle Obama was saying one time that leadership doesn't define who you are; it reveals who you are. And so when you go into the JDF, it's an organization that will test you and will try you, and it will reveal your weaknesses. It will cause you to have to face some of your own demons. And I wasn't ready at that time. So that's personally, but career wise, it was an excellent organization. I worked on many projects. That's where I learned to use the engineering program called STAD Pro. That's where I sharpened my AutoCAD skills. That's where I learned, sharpened my range rifle shooting skills. That's where I learned a lot of discipline. That's also where I learned that's where I actually learned how to lead a group of men, like grown, tough back men. You have to lead them like a woman, not like a man. Because when they see a woman, they want the feminine energy. They don't want the masculine energy from a woman. And that's where I learned to, I think that's where my people skills developed a whole lot. So when a soldier comes to me and they're complaining about something, they want you to listen and to provide a solution as their leader. They want to know that they can trust you and that you basically know what you're doing. And also, if you don't know what you're doing, you will check with them as well. So that was the good part, and there were some bad parts.
Well, let's go back to something that you mentioned before, talking about the good aspects of your JDF experience. You said that, despite your accomplishments, like, personally, you had some struggles and things that you were going through. Did something specific happen that basically triggered these situations that you had to personally deal with, or things?
No, it's not something specific happened, but it was just it's years and years of mental illness, years upon years of self mutilation, years upon years of suicidal ideation, and not being able to cope with the stresses of life. Because I used to do self cutting, self mutilation whilst I was in high school. And my friends from high school who were there with me at the time are still my friends now. And so I did it all throughout my teens, my early 20s to late 20s. And so with the JDF, with the pressure of all of that now, I basically caved, and I did my first suicide attempt in 2011 in November on the highway between the Falmouth Police Station and Delta Company. So it wasn't necessarily something specific that triggered it. It was just the cup was filling up until I decided that I can't take this life anymore.
What was the turning point for you that made you realize that you want to live?
You know what? You don't really have a turning point. You have several small turning points, because healing is a process that never ever ends. As long as you're alive, your healing never ends. But I can remember significantly where I wasn't suicidal anymore, right? And this happened only just recently, less than maybe like 3.5 years ago, whilst I was in Missouri, right here in this apartment. I was reading the book of Proverbs, and for some reason it just clicked. I don't know how to describe it, but for some reason it just clicked that I am no longer suicidal. I wasn't trying to claim it. I wasn't trying to speak it out into the universe. I wasn't doing affirmations. I wasn't doing none of that. It just happened. However, I was doing the hard work. I was doing the therapy. I was doing the medication. I was doing the this, doing the that. So I guess after a while, it kind of just helped, and I was just at that place. And when you reach that place now where you want to live, you still have to protect your mind, because you can easily go back there.
No, absolutely. You're very right. And so strong. Stick and stay. We're going to go for a quick time signal. Don't go anywhere.
The time on IRI FM is...
It is now 12:46. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success, and we're journeying with none other than Julie Mango Bodley. So during this difficult time, Julie, you said, you're doing the hard work, you are, getting the professional help. But as it relates to your family, did you have like a close knitted support system that fueled, positive vibes in you?
First of all, when I start this sentence, I'm going to defend my family, because people going to get angry, right? Mm-hmm. So they had no idea how to support me. None. Mm-hmm. When after the suicide attempt and the car was written off and Toyota Jamaica came for it and stuff like that, and I was staying down by daddy, because I was 28 years old, and daddy decided that his daughter is going to stay with him until the devil come out of her. Right? And so I remember daddy asking me, Julie, why are you trying to kill yourself? Tell me, and he was crying because he thought he failed as a father. Mm-hmm. And I said, Dad, because I don't love myself. And he's like, what do you mean you don't love yourself? But but so many miracles in this world. You can take up a piece of metal and call your auntie in California, and you don't know to love yourself. And I'm like, Dad, what do I have to do? And then I'm like, I just don't know. And then he said, if you love yourself, you know. And I'm like, Dad, if you say it more often, that's going to help. So you see, he was so passionate, and it's something that he's never done before. If there's a tire to be fixed, he can fix that. If a car broke down, he can fix that. He just didn't know what to do with this person that he loved so much. So he tried to support me, but he was not able to. Mommy, to this day, I don't think Mommy has accepted that I tried to commit suicide. I don't think she has accepted that I used to self-mutilate. My sister, who everybody knows, she knows of the stuff that I would do. She doesn't know, she doesn't understand it either, but she always assures me that, listen, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are, so that would be her stance. But in terms of the day-to-day talking to about the situation, my family wasn't able to comprehend that sort of thing, and it they just didn't know. So it was my friends who did that for me. My friends from high school that I've known for 20 something years, and they're still doing it to this day. And it was them that encouraged me to get therapy. It was my friends that I would be able to call on the phone and explain stuff. And they have no idea what, but because they say, okay, and they go and research and say, maybe it's this and such and such. So yeah, that's where my support system came from, really.
Wow. Did you in the moment identify that your family wasn't able to help you the way that they should, and were you able to identify that you needed professional help? Because that is like a big part of it. It's like a conversation you need to have with yourself, and that honest conversation that you probably don't want to have. But were you able to do that irrespective of what you were going through?
I wasn't able to categorically know that my parents were not able to support me. I thought they were being mean because I'm here expressing something to you, and I am speaking oranges, you're speaking apples. And so I just thought they were being mean. And then of course, then they resort to prayer. Yes, prayer works, and I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. But when I'm telling you what's in my heart, and then you respond with something from Mars and then say you're gonna pray. I'm like, ah. So I thought they were being mean. But then no, how did I realize that I needed professional help? Is when my friends kept on telling me, okay, Julie, maybe you need help. Because my friends would talk to their parents also. And da 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 da. One parent is a nurse, one parent is a doctor. So, they would tell back the child, and then the child come back and tell me. And it was a process of years until I finally went to well, that when I was 21 years old, I was officially diagnosed, right? So that finally went to a doctor, a psychiatrist, when I was 21. That was Mandeville in Villa Plaza in Mandeville, and the doctor told me that I had borderline personality disorder, that I have a mental illness. Of course, me walk out of the office and say, "Go ahead, this man is a madman. I don't have no mental illness." So yeah, but when I realized that I needed to actually get help was literally in my mid 30s, 34, 35. I'm 40, 42 this year. So it takes a while.
Mm-hmm. Um, what advice would you give to someone right now who is listening, Julie, and they are in a similar situation? Like they feel like they're alone. They feel as if they're not being heard because the persons in their close knitted circle are unable to comprehend and give them the type of help that they need and support and attention.
First of all, I know this sounds very cliche, but you're not alone. Yeah, we have to say it because somehow it will register in your psyche that you are not alone. Even if you feel alone, just hearing that you're not alone can help. If the persons in your circle don't understand, then find new persons, talk to new people. Let me tell you something. One of the main reasons, apart from the hand of God, one of the main reasons why I'm still here today is because I'm not a very private person, really. And so if I have a problem, I'm going to tell the first person that's in my vicinity. And if them don't help me, I'm going to talk to the next person. I'm going to talk to the next person. I'm going to talk to the next person. And then you will find that there's no way that you will find somebody who can talk to you and identify with the situation. So keep reaching out to people, keep talking to people, and trust me, there will be someone within your circle eventually that can talk to you about the issue and can help you to the process of getting therapy if that is the solution for you.
No, absolutely. And like you also mentioned earlier, that healing is ongoing. No, what do you say to yourself, to almost as a daily affirmation to keep you on, this positive path and just be confident in who you are?
I just tell myself one day at a time. I don't do affirmations. Affirmations give me anxiety. Like and then something bad go happen. Then I must drop down cause disappointment and disillusionment and crestfallenment and these things. I just take things one day at a time. So I get up sometime. So I wake up. Whenever I wake up, I have to settle my nerves, settle my spirit, settle my mind, settle my emotions by talking to God, by talking to Elohim, by talking to Yahusha, the son of Elohim. I have to get my spiritual self grounded. And then I just ask for the grace and the power and the knowledge and the wisdom to just go through that day for that day. Because God's mercies are new every morning. And so each morning that you wake up, the mercies them run out in the night. So that's why the Bible tells you don't worry about tomorrow, because the mercies will give you after today. And so all I do is just try to take things one day at a time. You know, when the stress comes, so for example, I want to go on a diet. So I say I'm going to go on a diet for 30 days. If I wake up every morning and say, all right, I'm going to do this for 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, I'm stressing myself out and not being in the moment. But if I say, well, the new age people call it mindfulness, but me not subscribe to them terminologies that come don't know I wish part it come from. But it's just to be, I just try to live in the moment. I just take things one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. And that's just how I go through the process, because I have to take time with myself.
No, absolutely. You left Jamaica in 2018. Did this change of environment assisted with your healing process?
Absolutely 100. Because what happened is, and this is not me talking bad about my home country, but you know, in Jamaica, when you, even though the psychiatrist diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder, I was ashamed of it. So the shame, the stigma associated with mental health in Jamaica, that was more than the mental health itself, because it prevented me from reaching out and getting help because of embarrassment. It prevented me from thinking that something could be wrong with me. You know, so because I was in an environment where mental illness is frowned upon, whilst other illnesses is like, it's a badge of honor. Like if you have, you know, one of those lifestyle illnesses, like, you know, and I'm not belittling any illnesses, but if you have cancer, if you have diabetes, it's almost like it's a badge of honor, because people have this reverence towards you. Now, when you tell someone you have a mental illness, them say you're mad. So the disgrace that's associated with this would make you just not want to get help. When I moved to America now, it's different. It's almost like luxury. If you're going to a therapist, oh my God, you are cool. Yeah. It's like a total flip. So it did actually help 100%.
Wow. Julie Mango, you are awesome. We're gonna go for a quick break. We have Cashpot coming up. And if you're just joining us, please tune in. You know, we're on the journey. We're journeying with Julie Mango. So while you were in the States, did you have someone to rely on, or were you here on your own?
On my own, especially here in Missouri. And that was the hardest part, because I got a job in engineering in Missouri. I used to work at Blue Scope buildings before I resigned to do content creation full time. And you know, in Missouri, you don't have much Jamaicans, you don't have much Caribbean people, you don't have much Black people. So I had to, and then I came here in the thick of COVID, really. So it was when the work from home and the isolation and everything started. And I don't know if that was bad or good for me, because what that forced me to do was kind of discover myself a little bit more. And it was, I don't know how to describe, it wasn't a good feeling, but out of that pain really birthed an understanding of myself. So, you know, even now, I don't have any friends here or anything like that. All my friends are online through the phone. I have one Caribbean family, one Guyanese family. I go over their house sometime and play the piano and stuff like that. And sometimes I go out on dates. Yeah. But you know, my strong support, they're all in Jamaica and one person in Greece.
Wow. On that note, we're gonna go for a quick break. We have Cashbot. Stick and stay. Don't go anywhere.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 12:59. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot lunchtime draws up next.
Mad something. Hey, follow me now, where see you now. Hey, upset her. See how upset her. Score outside now. On and on and on and on. I'm a winner. You know the dance. I'm a winner. Hey, watch out now. I'm on the sun. Oh, we're winning right now, you say we're winning right now. Me forget a trophy to what me living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now.
This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, February 2, 2023. I'm Jolene, and welcome to the Supreme Ventures Afternoon Live Game Draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. Now, all Supreme Ventures live game draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now, let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is $600,000. Here are the winning top draw numbers. And the first winning top draw number is 4. The second winning top draw number is 10. The third winning top draw number for this afternoon is 17. Following 17, we have 5. And the final top draw number for $600,000 is 14. And now let's pick your play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky this afternoon, so get those tickets out. And the first winning dollars number is 22. The second winning dollars number is 26. The third winning dollars number for this afternoon is 32. Following 32, we have 15. And coming down slowly but surely is 23. Is lucky 11, and we're halfway there. Here comes 18. Coming down is 29. Next up is 20. Now, how your spots are looking so far, because here comes number 1. Following 1 is 28, and now for the final dollars number for this afternoon, here comes 31. And now for some easy winnings, the third pick 2 game. Let's play. And the first winning pick 2 number is 15. The second winning pick 2 number is 31. Now, once again, the winning pick 2 numbers are 15 and 31. Now, up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's our pick 3 game. And the first winning pick 3 number is 1. The second winning pick 3 number is 6. And the third and final winning pick 3 number is 0. Now, once again, the winning pick 3 numbers are 1, 6, and 0. It's time to turn up the winnings, so get ready for pick 4. And the first winning pick 4 number is coming up is 9. The second winning pick 4 number is 2. The third winning pick 4 number for this afternoon is 1. And the fourth and final winning pick 4 number is 9. Now, once again, the winning pick 4 numbers are 9, 2, 1, and 9. Now, this one, it's easy for wins, so let's heat things up with hot pick. And the winning hot pick number is 8. Congratulations to all hot pick winners. Again, the winning number is 8. And now you can win $280 for every $10 winning cash pot bet. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, February 2, 2023. Now, you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner. Now let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And this afternoon's winning cash pot number is 23. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is 23. And now let's mega your winnings, so good luck. And what do we have for this afternoon? It's coming up. What will it be? Here it comes. And a white ball has been selected. And now it's time for the monster winning, so good luck once more. And it's coming up. What will it be for this afternoon? And they're spinning. And a white ball was selected. Remember to go mega and monster 6 times per day cash pot for more chances to win big. Again, the winning cash pot number is 23. The lucky mark is black man, and a white ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4 cash pot and hot pick. And for monster, a white ball was selected for cash pot. And now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. Congratulations to everyone who won. And please do join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Jeline. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. We will now continue with the journey on the road to success with Juliet, Julie, Mango, BODLEY. Now, Juliet, let's talk about you living your truth. During the pandemic, you created your first TikTok video, how Jamaicans give praise versus how Americans give praise, and it went viral. Tell us about this defining moment, which marks the birth of Julie Mango, the social media influencer.
Well, it wasn't really the birth of Julie Mango because my dad gave me that nickname when I was like 6 or so. So I was always Julie Mango as a nickname. But in terms of the social media now, yeah. And yes, that video that I did, it was actually a parody from something another Caribbean creator did, and she lives in the US now. She did a musical thing. So she had the 2 songs together. And so when I got the video with the 2 songs together, I got the idea to do a skit to it. So I did the skit to it and using the person's music, because that's how TikTok is. You can use their music and it comes up as their music. And then I created it. It was my mother-in-law, my stepmom that sent me that other video there. And I decided just to do a skit to it, and then the rest was history. I never expected to blow up. And them time there, I probably had maybe 600 followers on TikTok. And when I put the video and see it get 1,000 views, me say, what? And then it just started to grow.
What was the feeling like for you when you realized that, whoa, the video went viral, your followers are increasing rapidly? What did that do to you, and did you know in the moment that you could make something of this?
I mean, what that did for me is it was actually just for fun at first. So I wasn't thinking of a career. I wasn't thinking of doing this full time, because it has been my ultimate dream. It's almost like oxygen for me to go into acting, even though I ended up in structural engineering. The only reason I really ended up in structural engineering is because when I was 12 and I told my mommy I wanted to be an actress, she said, no, I shouldn't, because if I meet an accident and my face gets burned off, then I can't do the role. So that made me scared to pursue acting. But it is literally, when you ask Michael Jackson if he likes music, Michael Jackson would say he is music. So I am the performing arts. I am acting. But I still wasn't thinking about it. I was doing it for fun. I was reliving my high school days, creating stuff and da. So when it just started, I wasn't really thinking about it seriously. That I was just doing it for entertainment purposes.
At what point did you realize that you could turn your passion into a paycheck?
When the first somebody come to ask me if we can do a commercial for them. Yes. Is what them name again? Pelipack. Pelipack. Shop with Pelipack, something, something, something. And I think them they pay me must be $200. $200 US. Shop with Pelipack, something, 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 something. Yeah, I did. It's Tara. Ay. She's on Instagram as Tara Barra. But that's her company. And that's the first commercial. And when some people pay me to do this, and then another guy called Nifty Christian paid me $50 to wear one of his sweaters in one of my videos. So I said, all right, cool. So I was like, huh. And then other companies would reach out to me that would have paid me $500. I said, wow. But this is not terrible. And then I started to do the checks and balances, and I said, if I put more effort into this, maybe I can leave my full-time job. And it was after 1 year of doing both content creation and my full-time job simultaneously together, which was really rough. I finally put in my resignation. I prayed about it. I fasted. Me and my therapist prayed about it. And yeah.
Wow. No, we know that we see you rep like a lot of corporate brands in terms of creative control when you're working on a specific project. Do you have that creative control, or these companies basically tell you what to say, how to say it, or give you like a skit idea?
It's so I have creative control, but what they will do is give me the information that they want me to present, right? So if they have a certain campaign going on, or if they want me to highlight certain things about a product, whatever the case may be, they will tell me, and then I will think how to put it in a commercial. Once they start telling me, and it has happened where I have to tell them, you can't tell me what to say, because then I'm going to just freeze up, and then the creativity. It did happen to me with one client where I just tell them, okay, I can't. Because, and then what I don't do, I don't provide scripts beforehand. I give a video, you can look at it, and then you can add changes to it, and then I make the changes to the video itself. Because when I send people scripts, it's like them think is a resume, is a business resume. It's not. So they don't really get it, and that's fine. That's okay, because you have to. It's just difficult for them to get it when you put it in the script. So I just send that video, they see the video, and then they say, okay, change this, and then I change it, and then it's all good. So I do maintain creative control, absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. And I know earlier you mentioned that, you quit your job so you can focus on, creating content full time. We see your videos through the social media platforms. They are hilarious. They're edited down to a T. And I know there is a lot of work that goes into the production aspect of it. Do you have a team, or are you working solo on these pieces that we see across social media?
Solo.
No way. Seriously?
Yeah, but I have a team that does like admin. So, all right. So when it comes to the videos, I am the one doing all of that. But in terms of my admin, the business aspect, I don't deal with that. Not the business aspect, but the creativity aspect, I do it from start to beginning. Eventually, I'll have other people do the editing and that. But right now, it's just still my baby, and I do it all.
Wow. And do you have any regrets, like walking away from a job that you love, something that you're passionate about?
The only regret is insurance. I don't insurance, and I don't figure out how to get the 401k yet without outside of the job. Yeah, me just health insurance. Yeah, that's it. That's the only regret. I could march into any doctor's office and just flash out my insurance card like it was money.
But no, but I heard that you have plans for the Julie Mango show, and I know that is something that a lot of your followers would want to sit down and watch. Where are you with that, and do you have like a start date or anything of sorts?
Me not tell you.
Oh gosh.
Me not tell you. I don't want to jinx it, but just know that I'm working hard.
All right.
Yes.
How do you manage your time time and yourself to just ensure that, you don't stress yourself out too much, but you just maintain that perfect balance? Because with the things that you're doing it on your own, even though you have like an admin team that you mentioned, but it is still, high stress level type of job. How do you create that delicate balance to ensure that Juliet Bodley is okay?
You're assuming that I have created a delicate balance. I have not. I'm still trying to figure it out. Some days I feel like I would have stand up upside down outside and make the snow fall upon my foot bottom or something, some crazy something. Um, Let me tell you something about content creation and this social media thing. Nobody has it all together. None of us, even the ones who try to make it seem as if they do have it all together. We don't. It's not possible based on the nature of the job. Because when you post something on social media and somebody watches it and they comment, virtue comes out of you, energy comes out of you. When Jesus was in the crowd and the lady with the issue of blood, when she touched just the hem of his robe, him turn around and say, "Who touched me?" That time there was a lot of people touching him, but there was only one person that fed off his energy because he felt virtue come out of him. Now, as a social media person, when you post a picture with a caption, when you post a video, whether it's comedy or motivation or whatever the case may be, and people click that thing, and they either laugh or they say something bad or they say something good, virtue comes out of you. And that's why content creators will always be tired. And this is why entertainers, and if they only understood this, we'd have less entertainers killing themselves. And this is why entertainers and actors and people are in the public light, this is why we are always tired and we have to replenish ourselves. So how do I create the balance that you're talking about? I have to recognize that this thing is not an easy thing. This content creation business is not an easy thing. Once you can accept that, then you feel a little better. Now, what I do is I structure my day just as if what I used to do when I was at work, working a 9 to 5. So I get up and I start my day at work in my house at a certain time, say 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. I do everything that I have to do. I create the skit, I write the script, I da. Come 5 o'clock, clock out. Clock out from the living room. Clock out from the desk in my living room and go up on the couch in my living room, right? And I have time to relax, spend time with family. As I said, I have some friends here as a Guyanese family that I hang out with. I go spend time with them. I switch it up, make time for fun, make time for prayer, make time for laughter. And that's it, one day at a time.
No, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. That is very, very important. But social media is just such a space where people at times feel as if they can say whatever comes to their mind. How do you prevent yourself from some of the negativity that comes from this space, perhaps under a video that you have posted or a photograph or, whatever the case is? How do you put up that shield to ensure that your energy is protected?
Well, thank God I haven't had to deal with too much negative feedback. But when I say the 1 and 2 negative feedback, I mean, I a lot of people said just ignore and just block and delete. If I'm being honest with myself, and if a lot more people were honest with themselves, it's not easy to just ignore and block and delete right away. What I do, I go on the person's profile and try to size them up and formulate an opinion of them that makes me okay with their comment. So, for example, if they said something mean like, I don't know, whatever. If they said something mean, I would go on their profile, look at the pictures, and I'd be like, oh, that's why they said that. Oh, this is happening to them. Okay, understood. Anyways, to prevent you from hurting me again, I block you and delete you. So I have to see I have to go on the profile, but that's because I have if I had a lot of it, then I wouldn't be able to go on everybody's profile. But I do that, and then I formulate an opinion as to why they would say it. And me formulating that opinion is for me to be at peace with who I am, who Juliet Bodley, Julie Mango is.
Mm-hmm. All right. But what if when you go on their profile, it is, it hits you different? Do you think that is a wise or a good practice per se? I know to each his own still, but
I mean, I don't think it will hit me different because I'm going there for the purpose of formulating an opinion. So it's like, so even so say, all right, say if it's a person where they're this great, wonderful person and they have everything going for them, then say is there some rich millionaire that has everything. Then I'll be like, and they have the time to comment on my video. Wow. Stressful. And so that's why it can't, because I go there with the intention to form an opinion that makes me at peace. It's not about them, it's about me.
You. So you mentioned that acting is something that you've always wanted to do. If given the opportunity to hit the big screen, what do you think would be the ultimate role for Julie Mango?
Mary Magdalene. I joke, I don't really have it. I say Mary Magdalene because she's my favorite woman in the Bible. But I don't really have the perfect role. You know what role I would really enjoy? One of the I like a female Avenger, like one of the roles in the Avenger, or a Captain America female. Well, me can't go do that with this a big old dirty Jamaican accent. So, you know what I mean? But I like superhero movies and I like the role of the comical superheroes. So either that or something in comedy, something like a Jamaican role with comedy. I don't really have like a set role that I'll be like, this is it. I mean, once I get in film, I know I'm going to enjoy it, you know, whichever role it is.
I can imagine. Of all the skits that you have created, which one would you say resonates with you the most? Or whenever you see it, like you're just absolutely proud of that? You created that. I did that.
I don't really have, oh, you know what? I was about to say I don't really have a favorite, but I think the one where I did all of the national heroes, I did the 7 heroes in a room talking. When I thought about that, I've been thinking of doing that for over a year now, and the year, so I did it, I posted it in 2022 Heroes Day, but I was thinking about it from 2021. And when I put it together, and I watched it, I was like, this is heaven characters plus Miss Lou plus Usain. That's great. Plus Bob Marley. That's crazy. I think that's the only time I really shot myself and I'm like, this must have been the Holy Spirit just gliding me through, because that's a lot of work to do 10 characters. It's not easy. So I think that's the one that really, you know, I have to submit that one to God and just give him all the glory for that one. Yeah.
And you're also really great at, you know, impersonation, and, you know, we see you do the Berries, the Dexters, you know, the Beanies. When you are doing pieces like those, do you take time out to study these different personalities so you can have, you know, like the just everything down to a T, like little things that they do and say? Hush, Berries, for example.
Okay, so in the ones that you've seen me do already, I did not like sit down and try to study them. Reason being, I lived them. So I lived on Beanie Man's music. I grew up watching Beanie Man music videos in high school. I grew up watching Berries. I went to Rebel Salute 4 years in a row. My mother had a peanut stall at Rebel Salute, and when we did the stall, and my sister was doing some planning and hosting and whatever, so I was free to roam. So I used to hang around these people. I hung around persons like Muta Baruka, and so so naturally what happened is that I'm naturally a people watcher. Like for you right now, if I'm supposed to imitate you, I won't do it right now, but say if I want to do a skit and I'm going to imitate you, I wouldn't have to study you because I already was watching you while I was interviewing you. It's just something that I do naturally. But say, for example, if I got a role in a film to imitate someone or to play the role of someone, then that's when I would study the person, because maybe I didn't grow up watching them or listening to them or stuff like that.
Wow. No, I see that you are slated to be a part of the Island Music Conference that is coming up, running from February 8th to 12th. Are you excited about this, and what exactly will be your primary role and purpose as it relates to the conference?
Listen to me. I am beside myself right now. I am excited is an understatement. But the number one thing that I'm looking forward to, and I will tell you what exactly I am. I'll be doing. The number one thing that I'll be looking forward to is just to be in the presence of great people. Right? I'll be hosting the chairman's dinner. The chairman is Shaggy. So I'll be hosting the dinner on the 8th, and that will kick off the series of events over the days to come. And then I will be on the panel, the YouTube panel, and I'll be on another panel for content evolution from a social media standpoint. So I'll be on two panels, and I'll be hosting the chairman's dinner and probably any other thing that I'll be required to do. But for now, that's what I know that I'll be doing. And it is going to be awesome.
You know what we haven't spoken about? We haven't spoken about Julie Mango, the songwriter and singer. Tell us about that, and do you have aspirations to say, release like a track or something?
So I definitely want to do an EP. I didn't really set out to do music. It's just that when Shaggy had done his open verse challenge with the song "Me No Know," Me No Know, I did a verse to it, and I posted it on my Instagram. And then a producer reached out to me and said, "You don't want to do a song for real?" And I'm like, "For real, real, real?" And I'm like, he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay." And then he's like, "Me have a rhythm." So I said, "All right, send the rhythm." And then I played the rhythm and I voiced on it it took me like about 5 hours to write the song from scratch. And then the rest is history. So knowing that that song came out, not it half decent, I'll definitely be doing some more music.
As someone who has, maneuvered the social media space, what advice would you give to other social media influencers and also entertainers too who are on the platform and they're making their posts as well?
The advice that I would give you is, and I sound like a stock record, but I would say be your authentic self. You see, what you come down with, that's what my granny used to say. You see, the skills and the talent that you're born with, or you come down with, you come off a nice clean table, is a country saying. You come off a nice clean table. That the gift that you have in you, the talent that you have in you, and the way you are supposed to feed it to the world, nobody else has that. So you have to make sure you have to tap into what is authentic about yourself and put that out there. It is good to look at other persons, but don't try to want to be like those persons, because you will lose yourself. And then the power that you could have in terms of being yourself, you're going to lose that, right? So just be authentic self, just keep pushing, keep going, and be respectful and post. As in, don't try to get the first thing perfect. My first video, I look back at it now and I'm like, yuck. I don't even like to repost it, and I'm like, yikes. Just post. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect edit or the perfect. Put it out there, because when you put it out there, you get the wheels in motion, and you are able to see your mistakes and you're able to improve over a period of time.
And finally, in closing, share with us a gem for persons especially who struggle with mental health.
Mental health is a spectrum, Zine, just like autism. Everybody is on that mental health spectrum. Some people are on the better side or the easier side. And I'm not say easier. Some people are on the side where they have a better control over their mental health. And some persons are on the other side where they go to the extreme of suicide, schizophrenia, stuff like that. So it's a spectrum. So just know that you're not a factory fault. You're just somewhere on the spectrum. And wherever you are on the spectrum, you can get help to move up into the spectrum. And when you reach a certain level and you don't like where you're at, you want to move up again to the next stage in the spectrum, you have help that can help you to move up at each stage. You're not weird. It's not weird. You're fine. You just need help. You just need to talk to somebody and to be able to heal as time passes and as you get older.
Wow, Julie Mango BODLEY, thank you so much for taking us on your journey. Thank you for being so open and real. You know, like a lot of persons are not very open in sharing their stories. So I really like how authentic you were, and you have motivated so many people today. You are strong, you are powerful, you're beautiful, you are great. Like seriously, have you sit down and really look at all that you have accomplished, all that you have done? It's like some people not in a lifetime will be able to do that. So, you know, continue being great, man, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. And we know you have another engagement, but thank
Yeah,
you.
me gone. Because I'm going to charge me if me not reach back time.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right. Thank you,
much.
Kishima. This was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you too. That was Julie Mango Bodley sharing her journey on the road to success. What an awesome journey.
It may only be another minute. It may only be.
Ambleton Ray says that interview of Julie is amazing, natural and amusing. Big up, bring a lot of self-introspection. Absolutely love it. Guidance.
If I get a good education, can't get a big check. No. So I'm proud of me grew everybody when me know in a distress. Yeah.
This one says, very touching interview. The Most High God just saved this beautiful queen for a purpose, I'm sure. Big up yourself, Queen Eugenia. Thank you for sharing.
Without and in pursuit of riches, enough man take the girly road.
Marta the Barber in Augustown says, Kishima, this was a great interview. A Jamaican comedian at its finest.
Everything, them still the year and all the week.
Primrose says, very interesting.
We still a celebrate, put we in the air and say.
This one says, what a very inspirational and productive interview. Motivational. Julie Mango, keep up the good work. It's coming from Carrie.
A success story.
Stick and stay. See you on the flip side of this break.
Get a juicy the classic from Wendy's. Wendy's Dave's Classic, the juicier, tastier burger.
The time by Wendy's is